everybody, Creative Crafts here, and this is part 2, deer head repairing. There's a couple of changes I end up doing. As you can see here, I end up taking the antlers off the head. I'll remove all this in a minute because somehow it's not drying like it should. Well, usually what I recommend now is put it in the oven on 100 and for a couple of hours until it's hardened, because for some reason it's not really hardening and it's been sitting now for a couple of days, and I don't want that. So I need to be able to file this down. So and I don't want to have to wait too long. So I took the antlers off, and now I will show you. You know, it's all dried, and now I'm putting the clay on. I had to make a new batch, but it seems to be a little too dry. When you have this stuff and it's so brittle like this, it's not enough water in it. So I have some warm water here, just a little bit, and then mix it. It has to be like Play-Doh. I feel like Play-Doh, and this is a little bit more harder. So we don't want that. So what we could do is do this. Oh, it's better. Just go like this. It's almost like, it's okay if any of the paper that's on the table or crumbs, it's only paper anyway. You're not going to eat it. Yeah, I think there's just a tiny bit of water I put it in. It's much better now. Yeah. I had to make more. I didn't have enough for the antlers, just enough for the head part. So I recommend when you make the old folk dough, I have a video for that. Make sure you put anything that you use with the folk dough when you make it, put it in the oven for up 100 or 120, not higher, and keep checking on it, making sure if you feel that the oven's too high, put it lower and just let it dry gradually. You don't want it to turn too dark. You don't want it to burn either. So don't put the oven up too high. So yeah, this is good. So take a piece, put this back. Like I said before, don't put too much dough on the antlers. Just a little bit makes it. I squeeze it down pretty good, or you can just use the brush like I showed you before. And squeeze it make sure it's mixing onto the other part first with your finger. Doesn't matter. You can use the brush later. And just squish it down. So you have a nice thin layer, not too thin that you paper thin that you can see through it. Just enough thin that you can say, okay, I can start feeling the paper on it. You can feel the form of the antlers with your finger. Not too thick, because it's going to look too fun. It'll look funny on top of the head if it's too thick. Here I already had a little bit at the beginning when I first put it on the head, but it didn't work out, so it's a change of plan. You can do it any way you want, but right now I suggest if the head is big as this one, it doesn't fit in the oven with the antlers, so that's one of the reasons why I had to take it off. It's pretty flat, so it's good. Like I said, make sure that you got it all the way around. Flatten it. Can't be too thick, the dough. make it thinner and also pull it upwards. Because you don't want to have too much. You don't want to make it too thin either. It's up to your eyesight, with your eyesight or your feeling. When you do this often, you'll get the feeling on how much is too much, how much is not enough. But I suggest when you do the antlers, start from the top antler and go down, because then you can hold this bottom part easier while you're doing it. I have to be gentle when I'm holding it because it's pretty much done. That's too much. I just need a little bit. So stick it on with the other. Work your way up and make a point with the rest of the dough. Make a point. Like I said, if you have no idea what a deer, the antlers of a deer look like, there's lots of different kinds. Look online for what you want to have. This is what I'm talking about. So, and that's what you do. Like I said, once it dries, it will shrink down. If you want, you can always stick your finger in the water and so that there's parts here that are not sticking together, or you feel that the dough is getting dried out when it's sitting there like that. Stick your finger in, put a very little bit of water on your finger, and you can, you see, get that all out. Very easy. So I finished the antlers, one of them. Here you go. Put it aside right away on top of the pan where you're going to put it in the oven. And that's all you have to do. As you can see now, I'm done with both antlers and the headpiece. Now I'll put it in the oven on 100 degrees for 1 or 2 hours, but constantly check on them. They can dry faster or they can take longer. It depends on how thick you put the dough. Just constantly check on it. And please, like when you cook, when there's children around, please watch out and never leave the kitchen alone. Well, right now the deer head is pretty much finished. I just got to paint it. I made different adjustment. What I did is I made some cement. I bought powder cement and made it myself, and then put it all over it. The antler's a little too big, but it doesn't look so bad. I also did it here with the cement so it matches. All I have to do now is paint it whatever color I want. I'm going to just paint it all white anyway, and basically that's it. It's all done. The hook that I made, it's very stable, very hard. So, I mean, you can do this all by yourself. I will make a tutorial on how to make a deer head by yourself on your own. Next time I won't make the antlers too big. I'll make them a little thinner. I think next time I'm just going to end up using the clay instead of newspaper on it. I'm just going to use the wire and clay and see if that will work. I think it should work fine. But basically this is all you need to do is when you want to repair things for yourself. I like to do that all the time. Yeah, I hope you enjoy this video, and please comment or questions below, and please subscribe.